Hello guys, it's time for a short update video because at the moment we are basically at the make or break point for the markets, for the potential start of a bear market actually, or for one final leg higher. So let's check what's going on. So what we talked about is this low and the cycle low, and that we don't want to see failed daily and weekly cycles in the stock market, in the SPY, because that likely means that we start the bear market. Same with Bitcoin. And 3 days ago we actually made a slight lower low, but we closed the day, like the daily candle close was above. So if you want to be really critical about it, yeah, we failed for a little moment, but we closed above. Nasdaq looking even worse. We had traded a lot below the cycle low, but we also had a daily close above. So if you're looking at daily closes, it's still held, and we bounced up for a few days. Same with the SPY. But if you look right now with the tariff news, we have a big dump down. But basically, it still holds up. We have a really clear level here with the cycle lows, and if you get daily closes below this and cannot break back above, like 1 or 2 daily closes below this cycle low, not just wicks, and we don't consolidate here and go up, then the chance for a bear market is really high for the stock market and for Bitcoin. And if we break down and have daily closes below here also for Bitcoin, then I think personally I would decrease my long positions and start short positions. Try to make another video if that happens, but it's a good moment or opportunity right now to maybe even still get into long positions depending on what happens now and the market start tomorrow, because we have a clear level, clear risk level. We have the low here and we have invalidation here. So if you are looking for some long positions or you didn't buy some long positions in the last few weeks, then maybe it's a good point in time right now, because you can get into some positions for the long side. If it breaks down, you have a clear level. If it breaks below that level, you can set a stop loss. So yeah, basically really simple. We really need to get going fast. Positive price action. If we break down, show more weakness, fail the weekly cycle low, also for Bitcoin, then it doesn't look good and the bear market could begin or could have started already. As I said, same for the Nasdaq. Bitcoin chart, we have this resistance line here, we touched it, and right now with the tariff news fell down again. For our chart, like this, perfectly touched it, hard rejection. So, but in general Bitcoin held up a lot stronger than the stock market. But yeah, it all depends basically on the market, on SPY and Nasdaq. If they fail and drag down Bitcoin with it, then I think the chances for the bear market is pretty high. But so far it's still looking great for Bitcoin, holding up. And we have a half cycle low coming in, so can keep that in mind. But as long as the market SPY stays above the cycle low and manages to consolidate and push up, then it's looking good for another final push to the upside. And yeah, so it all depends on SPY basically. Have a look on this level, and of course the altcoins also depend on Bitcoin. For XRP we are close to a cycle low at the moment. Also price action is following it pretty closely. And for CRV, similar story. We are in a cycle low time frame. The last one was a bit long, so usually it's always 24 days or 25 days. The last one was 33 days. So many times what happens is that the average of the next 2 cycles is close again to the normal length. So 2 times 25 would be 50 days. So this here could already be the cycle low. And if we get some strength in Bitcoin and the market, then we likely also see altcoins like XRP and CRV, for example, to go up again. But yeah, it depends on this. So clear invalidation level, have a look if it breaks or if we hold and push up. Basically really simple. Depending on what happens here, it gives a clue what will happen in the next few weeks and months in the market. One thing that is extremely strong is gold. Stronger than I thought actually. I thought, yeah, here the cycle time frame is now, so we might chop around and fall down, but we pushed up quite a lot. Still, I would expect now for the next few days to have a bit of downside maybe. And what you see here is a target zone for gold, which I put up, I think, years ago actually, like the first big target zone. And I think today or yesterday we reached it at around $3,100. So yeah, quite a strong move. We have now almost the weekly cycle completed for gold, so it's always 4 cycles, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is now the 3rd cycle, and most of the time you have right translations for the first 3 cycles. So 1 is right translated, second one also, third one also, and then usually what happens is the last cycle left translates. So if we get a push down, then the top forms before the half point of the cycle. So maybe we have a small push down, top push up, and then move down into the weekly cycle low. I think silver is a bit weaker actually, also at the moment at the cycle low time frame. So maybe if gold has some weakness, we get down a little bit into the cycle low, can look for maybe some new buy opportunities and catch the next move up for the metals. So basically a short video today. That's it for the update. It all depends for stocks and crypto. It all depends on SPY and the stock market, what happens, if it can hold the level or not. Same for Bitcoin, and whatever happens to the market, to SPY and Bitcoin, also affects the altcoins. And the precious metals are really strong, and we are currently at the cycle low time frame, so maybe if we get some moves down, there can be some opportunities to buy some long positions. Yeah, that's it for this video, a bit shorter one. I hope you have a great week, great weekend, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.